If you feel attached to a partner, to an ex, to a crush, and you want to detach from them, today we're going to talk about that. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Tyson. This is Owning Purpose, helping you to discover your gift and own your purpose in life. On this channel, we talk about personal growth. We talk about breaking limiting beliefs, spirituality, relationships, attachment, and so many more topics. So the question is, why do you get attached to these partners? Maybe you're someone that you get so attached to where you start obsessing. You start making fantasies or illusions. And I'm gonna put some videos up in my relationship and manifest playlist because I do talk about illusions and fantasies around attachment and around people. But one of the main reasons why we get attached to someone is because we feel a lack within inside of ourselves. So for example, if this is somebody that you really had a crush on for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, right? And you're just wanting them so bad and you feel so attached to them and you basically feel like you don't know yourself. This can be the same thing with an ex. If you really care for your ex, you really care for him like it was in my situation, and I got so lost in caring for him that I didn't care for myself. So these are forms of attachment. Now, where do these attachments really come from? A lot of them come from inner child places, childhood places, okay? I have a playlist on inner child healing. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you go check it out. I did make a couple of videos on there because I know that childhood brings up a lot of things for us, okay? So for me, one of the things that I had in my childhood was, without falling, my dad was pretty controlling in my life growing up. And so with that, I started to people please. And I realized when I got into my ex, and even when I got into dating other people, I realized how much of a people-pleasing person that I was. And that formed a cause of attachment because then I didn't know my worth. So when we think about our worth and we think about our attachment styles, and maybe you had a parent who said, you know, I love you, and anybody who loves you on this planet is going to be the only person who loves you. So maybe you get into a relationship and that person says the same thing, you know, Janet or whatever your name is, you know, I love you and I'm going to be the only person who loves you and no one else will love you. And so you start to become attached to these men that say these things, right? Or from your parents that say these things, and then you go and date men and they say the same exact thing. So what we have to really realize is the pattern here, right? When we become attached to someone, sometimes it is because it's authentic and you really enjoy the energy of the person, but a lot of the times it can be unhealthy if it's ways that are draining us. If we're staying in relationships with people who are manipulative, but yet we still see the good in them and we want to stick around, that's kind of a form of attachment as well. And the reason why it's a form of attachment is because you're not really understanding your own self-worth and your own self-love. So the question is, how do we detach from these things? Well, it first starts with acknowledging what is the attachment, right? So if you acknowledge the fact that you have an attachment to this person because you feel like they're the only person that you're ever going to actually date in life, right? You feel like they're the only one that's on this planet, which is not true, okay? And so once we acknowledge the fact that this is the only person that you think is on the planet, start to think why. Well, I may be thinking this because I maybe wasn't loved enough as a child. I might be thinking this because I feel like I'm not worthy enough for another partner and this is the only partner who loves me, right? Or it could be an ex-partner who told you that, you know, the next person that you're gonna meet is never gonna be as good as me and so you need to stick around me. So these are all ways of sometimes men just being manipulative or partners being manipulative, and it keeps us in the attached form. If you like this video so far, make sure you smash the like button and drop a comment down below on your thoughts of attachment. Are you dealing with attachments right now to someone? So comment down below your thoughts on this topic. But when we talk about detaching, the first thing that we need to realize, or the second thing we need to realize, is how can we move away from this process smoothly? Now, a lot of people think that when we detach from someone, that it's going to be easy, and it's actually not. A lot of times when we detach from somebody, it's actually a little bit of a challenge because we're so used to that, right? We're so used to, which is why a lot of people go back to their exes, because they're so used to that same exact formula. They're used to that ex that you know, they had sex with, or, you know, that gave them something, validation, self-worthiness, whatever it is, right? Validation in some type of way, exception. So because of that, we get used to those things. And we have to come to a point to say, is this attachment healthy? Because if I find myself being drained, if I find that this person's being disrespectful, rude to me, this is not a healthy attachment at all. And in fact, I don't want to be attached to anybody, because then that means that I don't know myself. So it's the same thing if we get attached to Instagram, or some men who get attached to porn. These are things that some people feel like they can't live without. You can be drinking and smoking and all of that. And if that becomes something that is dependent, then you don't really know how to live without those things, and you become codependent of that substance. So it's the same thing with a person. If you feel like you can't live without this person, and I felt like this at one point, I felt like I needed to do something to have this person in my life, but I realized that it wasn't healthy for me. I didn't know myself, I wasn't happy with myself, and I needed to be in a better space. I needed to get back to myself. I needed to tell myself, wait a minute, you're fine. Wait a minute, look at all the thousands of people you're affecting online and you're helping out. Wait a minute, look at all the attractive partners, the other partners that you've had, whether it's been dating or whether it's just people who are just attracted to me. You have to really start getting back into your confidence and tapping back into your confidence. I may make a video about this, how to get back into your confidence, you know, after a breakup or something like that. Because when we learn to tap into this worthiness, into this confidence, into just this power that says, no, I'm not going to allow this to affect my life. I'm not going to allow this person to, you know, try to be over me. That is when you really tap into the true power of yourself and how you can learn to then detach. But detaching takes a little minute, depending on how much you care for the person, depending on your confidence, your self-worth, your worthiness. All of those things play into a factor. So if you enjoyed today's video and you got some knowledge out of it, make sure you smash the like button. And again, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I drop videos multiple times throughout the week. So make sure that you are tapped in and tuned in so that you can get the knowledge that you may need. On this channel, again, we talk about personal growth. We talk about spirituality. We talk about relationships, attachment, any of those type of things that you really love. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if it resonated with you. Also, make sure that you follow me down below on TikTok, 𝐡𝐼𝐼𝐼 with 1_. My Instagram is the same exact name, 𝐡𝐼𝐼𝐼 with 1_. If you love relationship type content. On my Instagram, I'm more like personal growth and spirituality. But if you do love relationships and you want to just see another side of me, just follow me on TikTok. With that being said, again, comment down below your thoughts. I really love when you guys give me video ideas. This was a video idea from someone from like 2 months ago that I was looking through my comments and found. So if you do have a video idea, make sure you drop it down below in the comments. Thank you all for listening, and see you in the next video.